members of Worldwide Wood Turning that my next trip back to the lathe, I'd be making a box. But I found this piece of Mesquite. It's kind of wormy on the back. I don't know how deep it goes. We're going to find out. The pith was running right through here when I cut it, so I'm going to have to take it down a little bit for sure. It's not cracked too awfully bad. We'll just have to wait and see what it looks like. There was a crotch right above here. Anyway, I've got a faceplate ring already screwed onto it. So let's get it on the lathe and start turning it to shape and see what we can do with this bad boy. For safety's sake and for my lungs, I'm wearing my Triton, and I'm going to be starting with this 5/8 inch bowl gouge fingernail grind. I brought my tailstock up just to be safe. Got a little vibration, but it's not horrible. I'm at about 850 RPMs. Need to knock these edges off and get it somewhat round. That's kind of what I'm working on right now. Got some tear out, but I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just trying to get all the flat spots off for the time being. Alright, now I'm going to start working on the shape. I've still got quite a bit of material to move because it's not going to be that long, that wide. I really don't want to make a funky looking oval bowl, and I'd like to cut as much of these cracks out as I can. So now I'm going to start shaping the sides. Got a bug hole there, one there. Got a pretty nice crack here. I want to try to take some of that out. I've got to take all of this out anyway, because it's not going to be a very big bowl when it's done. But it's Mesquite and it'll be pretty. I'm going to try my OLED. Wow, that just eats it up. A little bit of tear out, but it ain't horrible. I'll take care of the rest of that with the gouge. Oh yeah, much better. Alright, how much am I going to have to turn away to get rid of the bug holes? I don't know, but I don't want to get rid of too much. Okay, I've decided to cut some of this pith out of there where it's cracked so bad. I've still got some more to go. I'm losing so much of this, I hate to. I'm kind of liking this shape. I think I may make a little lidded vessel out of this. So it is kind of going to be a box. That's good enough. Let's see if it's flat. That is flat. Before I turn this around and do anything with it, I'm going to burn my thing in the bottom. heating up my branding iron. I will brand this. I will clean this little edge up right here. But right now, I'm going to add some thin CA to these cracks, black CA in here. So when I get all that done, I'll come back. I use Starbond CA, Starbond Premium Superglues. You can use it too. Click on the link in the description below. You'll get 20% off your order. It's not, you don't have to enter a code or anything. Click on the link in the description below and you will save 20% off your order. But I will leave this all to cure probably overnight. I think I'm happy with that shape. This isn't completely flat. Okay, I'll get my dust collector going and we'll sand this bad boy up. If you spend more than 5 minutes sanding, as long as you're sanding properly, if you spend more than 5 minutes sanding, you're not making your piece more smooth, you're making it smaller. And I thought that was kind of neat. If you've watched enough of my videos, you know I've had pieces that I had to sand on for literally hours because of either how soft or punky or the tear out in the piece, something. But with a good quality wood or good quality piece of wood and nice sharp tools while you're turning it and a nice proper sanding, it shouldn't take very long. Look how pretty that mesquite is. That's just gorgeous. I don't know if y'all can tell how shallow this mortise is, but it's about 3/16 of an inch is all. That's all you really need. You don't need a super deep mortise to hold a piece of wood, as long as you don't get ridiculously aggressive when you turn it around and start working on the other side. And I don't intend to be ridiculously aggressive. I still have to figure out what shape that I want to make this up here. I like this little OG, but I don't want to make a terribly large opening here. I want to put a lid on it with a nice finial, but I don't want to leave any more of this crack up here than I have to. I would like to be able to blend this into some of this if this doesn't go all the way through. We're just going to have to wait and see. I'm afraid it might. One of the biggest problems is when I was putting this faceplate ring on, I broke a drill bit in this mesquite, so I'm going to have to get it out. I don't know why, but I couldn't get this screwed up in the chuck very well. Still haven't. That's about as close as I can get. I don't know if this mesquite moved on me overnight or what happened. This is a Badan tool, and I'm going to use it to go in here straight. That was a drill bit. Right there, it's still in there. So, what I'm going to do now is take this parting tool that I don't really care too much about, and I'm going to come in right here and go down a half inch or so, and then I can break that out. Got it. That made this a little bigger than I wanted. So I've got an idea. I has an idea. make this up here flat, because what I'm going to do after I hollow this out, make this flat out to about right here. Found me some walnut. I don't know if you can see the curl in that, but it's curly all over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this off some. Like that. Got my center point. This is a little big, but that's okay. So now I'm going to do it this way and blend these two together. I'm going to make it round, then I'll turn it over and cut basically a tenon to fit inside, and then I'll turn it around again and finish the shape. What I want to do right now is just make it round. That's perfect. Positively perfect. Okay, what I want to do right now is sand the bottom of this. I do want a crisp edge right here though. Now I need to, that fits pretty good, I need to make it flow a little better. Now I need a finial. So I'll go fetch me a piece of finial material. So I found this interesting looking limb. It's got some pretty color and figure in it. And I'm going to attempt to turn it into a finial. But the first thing I need to do is make it round. I think this may be hackberry, I'm not sure. Now what I want to do and that's perfect. This has some interesting coloring in it, but I'm not worried about that because I'm planning on dyeing it anyway. I'm going to start down here. Just a tiny. I don't remember the last time I successfully turned a finial without breaking it. Okay, I'm going to try and hollow this using my elbow tool. That's about right. Okay, that's good. I got a little bit of a ridge right there. That gives me a couple options. It's gonna be pretty. Yeah, I've got this in the vacuum chuck. It runs nice and true. And of course my audio started cutting out and I didn't know it. My intent here is to slightly hollow out the inside of this lid and then I'm going to texture it. But the hold wasn't quite strong enough with this small vacuum chuck, so I'm going to switch out for the big one and start over. Slow it down to about 700 RPM. 675, that should work. It don't need much. Okay, this has already been sanded. I'm going to sand in here now. I'm using my homemade point tool to mark each side of the textured or spiraled area. And this piece is done and ready for finish. So what I'm going to do right now, before I turn that bowl over, I'm going to go glue this finial in. With the vessel still chucked up, I turned it around and I used my tailstock to help me center the vessel over the vacuum chuck. I did this simply only to remove the sharp edges of the mortise and make the bottom flow more into where my logo is, so you can't really see how I chucked it. and then I cut a decorative line and I burn it in. This is done, it's ready. The finial is glued to the top. It'll be ready in the morning, and in the morning I will spray the finish. I'm going to use gloss lacquer. In the morning I will spray the finish on all the pieces, and we'll be done. I'm just going to leave the inside with 2 coats of shellac. I think that's good enough. So here it is, little Mesquite vessel with a walnut lid and a hackberry finial. I was convinced, I was initially going to dye the finial black because I didn't want whatever this wood staining is in here, I guess it's faulting, to take attention from the form itself. But I don't really think it does. I was convinced by my friends at Worldwide Woodturners when I showed it to them to leave it natural. So here it is. And look at I don't know if you can see the curl and chatoyance in this walnut lid, but it's just got curl running throughout. And you might be able to see that, I can't tell. I finished it with deft gloss lacquer, and the inside, I textured the bottom of the inside of the lid, and the inside of the lid and the vessel itself are finished with a couple of coats of shellac. But all in all, I'm very, very pleased with this.